y'all new truck drivers out here. All right. Y'all just getting into the industry. Right? And you think you know something. All right. Just got out of driving school. Ain't been out here 5 years yet. All right. Now let me tell you something. All right. Put your CB radios in your truck. All right. Get your CB radio. Now they got a bad wreck on 85 on the southbound side, about 15 miles behind me. Right? Now these drivers that's coming southbound, they don't know about that wreck. All right. They don't know what lane to be in. All right. They don't know that everything coming to a complete stop. You know why they don't know it? Because they don't have this. They don't have that CB radio in the truck. All right. You know. Now I can holler, and I got a good radio, and I got good antennas on my truck. So I know I'm getting out for at least 5 miles because I got a little radio. I got a Uniden Grant LT. All right. Break 19, break 19. Anybody got the ears on over there on the southbound side? Come on. Well, I didn't get a response, so I'm gonna cut my squelch back. Break 19. Anybody got a copy over there on the southbound side? Come back. How about you there southbound? You got your ears on? Break 19. Can you hear me over there southbound? Okay, nobody over there on the southbound side can hear me. You know why? All right, because they don't have a radio in the truck. All right. See, I started driving trucks in 1986, and the CB radio back then was all we had to communicate out here on the road. We didn't have the cell phone. We didn't have the cell phones back then. Let me cut this radio down. We didn't have the cell phones back then. Okay? The people started coming in. Alright? Where you could get an alert that somebody called you. If they had your people number, you'd get an alert. All right, and then you had to stop to not to a cell phone, but to a phone booth, somewhere where they had a phone booth at, and put your 20 cent or your quarter in there, or your dime in there, depends on where you're at. And I remember when you could make a call with a cell phone, with a pay phone back then, with a dime. See, Bell South was the big time carrier back then on the pay phones, and then it went up to 20 cents. All right, to make a phone call from a phone booth, and then it went up to 25 cents. All right, and if you wanted to make a long distance call, all right, you had to put more than that in it. See? But we would talk on these radios to back and forth to one another all night long. Okay? The truckers used to talk on channel 19, but there were 40 channels out there that you could talk on. All right? some of the drivers who know one another and was running with one another, going to the same place or going to the same area, all right, they're running packs, all right, talking to one another all the way down the road. That's what kept us awake, all right? And you would know what was going on ahead of you, all right? They'll come across the radio and say, I bet you that northbound, I think look behind you. All right. And then somebody would give a report. All right. Okay. How about you that northbound, or how about you that southbound? And chicken house open? Chicken house was the scale house. But back then, the DOT was real strict on weight. Okay. A lot of drivers got paid by the weight that they haul. So a lot of time they was overweight. And if the scale house was open, we would run around it. All right. See, but you know what was going on ahead of you. All right. Southbound, no. All right. What they were coming up on. All right, because we were going northbound. We gave them a report. All right. If old state trooper was back there in the woods hiding somewhere and we saw him, we would tell. All right. We'd give a yard mark. All right. All right, you got one sitting down there at the 132 there, driver. You ought to be careful that way now. Okay. But nowadays, it's the cell phone and social media. Y'all on this cell phone talking. You don't know what's happening in front of you. If you know what's happening in front of you, like sometimes you can be out here and real bad accidents in front of you, and they got the highway shut down. All right. See, but since drivers don't have the CB radio in the trucks, all right, they don't know. You don't know you coming up on an accident where they done got the whole highway shut down. All right, and that shut down sometimes, depending on how bad the accidents could last for hours. Okay. If you got your radios in your truck, all right, see, you'll know. Therefore, you could take an alternate route around that accident, and you can still move rather than sitting there backed up in traffic for hours and you can't go nowhere. All right, see, it's very important. Okay, I can't stress it enough. To y'all new drivers, all right, get your CB radio. They don't cost that much. All right, yeah. So you can get out, all right, and communicate with other drivers. See, but they can't communicate with you on your cell phone. They don't know your number, huh? Yeah, you got a cell phone, but okay, but southbound drivers don't know the northbound driver's number. So if something bad doesn't happen down there, that they saw it, all right, you going northbound, they going southbound, all right, they know it's a bad accident on your side, okay, they can tell you about it. Now you can find you an alternate route, all right, you can stop, look at your map, all right, and take an alternate route. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to close with this because my time about up. I don't leave home unless I got a CB radio, okay, and a road atlas. All right, as a truck driver, I don't leave home without those two things, and you shouldn't either.